We're going to give you 2 kind of specialist clubs which are going to replace this one.
Yep.
You've got space in your bag to do that, and we're going to make sure that we've got the right loft and sole design to help you play better shots around the green.
Yep.
Do you feel like your around the green shots are a strength or a weakness?
I won't say they're a strength, but I mean, there's a day last week where I could not hit over a bunker, for example.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just putting them actually into the bunkers.
Yep. Okay. That's hopefully something we can help you out with giving you more than one option when you get close to around the greens. So the highest loft club you've got in your bag at the moment in your iron set is a 48.
Yep.
I'm going to select a 58 as the club that you're going to play with the most loft. The club that you've got in there at the moment, with it being a set sand iron, is probably somewhere between 55 and 57 degrees of loft.
Okay.
Think about the way you use your current sand wedge. What types of shots do you play with that? What types of shots are you comfortable playing with that club?
Yeah, I don't necessarily open the face at this stage because I probably haven't had those lessons, and whenever I try to do it on course, it just has never worked. So I tend to be like almost stand like almost a normal shot, and just try to hit through it as much as I can.
And are you more comfortable swinging the club the way you do for a full shot, or do you?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. And then I guess the order in which you would, the frequency of which you would hit. Again, imagine this is your sand wedge. It would be in this order, would you say?
Yeah, yes.
So you'd hit full shots the most, pitch shots only when you have to.
Yeah.
And then bunker shots again only when you have to.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to hit about 9 shots.
Yep.
We're going to run through this application the way it's kind of designed. This is going to assess your technique. I know your swing anyway. We know the ground conditions that you tend to play in, but you also play at different golf courses as well.
Yeah.
You're playing in events or on the sand belts. We've got to give you some versatility with these clubs so that they're not just for one place, but they're also for your current technique and the way you play. All I want you to do with that one is to set yourself up and hit 3 full length shots. When I talk about full length shots with a wedge, I'm not really talking about high speed driver type swings, just the most speed that you feel comfortable putting into this club.
Yep.
Is that what's been happening recently?
I can. That's happened a bit, but also a bit of both actually. That's the first one where I just don't. I take too much of the ground and it just goes.
Yep.
I had one day where that happened 8 times where I go 20 meters. You know.
Yep. Okay. Just tell me whereabouts in your feet you feel your body weight is.
On the back.
Towards your heels.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what's happening when you swing? Keep hold of the club for a sec. When you swing this way, and your arms go back behind you, if your weight stays on your heels, you're going to lose balance and fall over.
Right.
Your brain is not going to allow you to do that. So what happens is your weight goes this way.
Yep.
So that you don't fall over. And of course, if you move that way, you've got to now move that way. Stop. Yeah. Sounds like an easy fix, but just set yourself up so that you feel your body weight is not on your heels so much, that it's more in the middle of your feet.
Yep.
And then just try and swing with a really smooth tempo. Closer.
Closer, yeah.
Now, the way that the sole on a wedge is designed, particularly this one, is that it's very hard for it to dig into the ground too much.
Right.
Okay. So have some confidence to make contact with the turf. So that's it. Weight in the middle of your feet.
Oh.
So although that's a little bit too much of the turf, that's a better outcome than hitting it with the front edge of the club. Nice. So I think a lot of the And this was the same when you were hitting the 9-iron as well, by the way. This isn't just isolated to your wedges. I think that if your weight's set up here, then everything's sort of working that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get your balance right, again, there's no guarantee that you're going to get the club onto the ball correctly, but there's less variation there.
Yeah.
Because if you move that way, you've got to move that way. Nice. Now, with this much loft, that's as far as it's going to go.
Right. Yep.
So I don't want you to hit it any further or feel like it needs to go any further than that. With this much angle on the face, 50 meters is about as much as we really want to achieve.
It's just ball, like...
Everything else really looks pretty good. So the ball's in the right spot. It just looks to me like, again, you get quite close to the club and then your weight goes back onto your heels. Nice.
Yeah, that's better.
So that's what we want this club to do. That's really all it's designed to do in terms of distance. Okay. Yep. But you can see how the kind of divot that you took was, you know, nice and small. Just a sign that this part of the club here has kind of done its job, which is to get through the turf quickly.
Yep.
And help you get the correct kind of contact on the ball. So with a wedge, we really want to be making contact with these grooves here, 2 to 5.
Yep.
That's going to give us the best kind of launch off the face and the best kind of spin rate. But really, like, we need to make sure that these 2 clubs in your bag, you're kind of using them the way you feel confident using them first, and then kind of progress into, okay, I'm confident with this sort of shot now, let's try something different.
Yeah, yeah.
So your setup's very important for a wedge. Any time where you kind of do that with the face, it pushes this front edge into the dirt too much, and that can cause contact to be too much turf, not enough ball.
Yep.
The club gets stuck, doesn't go through correctly. As soon as you get that sense of, okay, if I set the club up like that, it doesn't dig.
Yeah.
It just slides along the turf.
Yep. Yeah.
And it just takes a little bit of practice and confidence to kind of get used to the fact that, okay, the face looks a little different, but what you're trying to do is use this part of the sole in the right way.
Yeah.
Because once you get used to doing that and used to the way this club's been engineered to work, then you can start to have some confidence. Go, you know what, I can actually feel where the ground is and know that I've got to do it really badly to actually have the club dig into the ground behind the ball.
Yeah. Well, I'm always surprised when I watch the pros and they take up so much after, you know, you think if I tried that, I would just be, it'll go 20 metres, but they know how to do it.
Yeah, but you know what? You wouldn't want to pay money to go and watch them at a comedy club.
That's a good point.
So
it's a bloody good point. Thank you, JL. We'll pat on the back.
Beautiful shot. So there's an example. Those 2 contacts were not that dissimilar. Like, that's not ideal contact, but because you were committed and positive, the result is really good.
Yep.
So the 54-degree wedge is the wedge you're probably going to use the most in anything where you are 60 meters or in.
Yep.
And then the 58-degree wedge for the moment is only going to be for emergencies only. Like, you're down there and you've got no choice but to use the most amount of loft possible.
Yep. Yep.
You're in the bunker.
And is that for the sand as well in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
But both these clubs are for sand.
Both. Okay.
Yeah. You can use both of them in the sand. Awesome. Great shot. So there's a 75% success rate there. All right. Really good. Really good. If you go back another 10 metres, it's probably still that club, but with, you know, a little bit more of the 7-iron swing. And then anything beyond that, that's where you've got your 48-degree wedge. And you would just use that in a similar sort of way. So you're obviously more confident when there's speed in your swing rather than having to use a smaller swing. That confidence will start to come.
Yep.
If you were here, going to that back pin, what club would you choose?
To be absolutely honest, I might run it up with an 8-iron at the moment because I don't have the confidence in it. Yeah.
Perfect choice of club.
Thank you.
You can putt it.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, I tend to, with getting over grass and the fairway grass, the trouble with the speed, so I like to get I'll aim for a spot and this before the green and run the 7-iron.
So you'd use the 8-iron or the 7-iron?
8-iron or 7, depending on the distance,
Okay.
Probably 8-iron from here. Wedges are an ongoing issue for me. Sometimes I can hit them nicely, but sometimes it's the distances, getting the distance right, and so this is going to be really helpful having these. I grew up just having a pitching wedge. It's the only wedge you had, that and the sand wedge. So to have 54 and a 58 and a 48 it's going to take my game to a new level.
Okay, so again, that's really good golf IQ there, because you do not need to get the ball in the air at all. Easiest way to judge any distance like this is, imagine if you had the ball in your hand, what would you do? How would you throw it?
I would from here probably roll it. Yeah, roll it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, if you come over here,
now
you've got to throw it up, right?
Yeah.
So it really does tell you, like, well, if you're going to roll it along the ground, use an 8-iron, use a 7-iron. You can even use this.
Yeah.
Have you done that before?
I have, actually. Particularly with there's a mound I have to get up, But what I enjoy doing as well is being able to pitch into a mound and then it bounces up.
Yeah. So this is like, maybe there's a bit too much going on before the green here, but like you could literally just use your putting stroke from here with that hybrid head. Great. Those other clubs that you have with less loft, with different head designs, they're all useful around the greens.
Yep.
It sounds like you're doing a good job there of assessing the, well, I don't need height here, I'll just chip it along the ground.
Yeah, no, I'm loving it.
It's a really safe thing to do, because if you catch the ball a little bit low down on the face, it's not going to affect the distance you hit the ball that much, because you're not swinging back that far. No,
the only trouble is sometimes if you connect it too well, that's why I always aim for somewhere before the green, really, and because otherwise it can shoot through. But yeah,
great. Love hearing that. Too often, players get in this situation and default to the 60 or the 58-degree wedge just because that's what they see elite players doing, or they think, oh, I've got the shortest distance left, I should use the most amount of loft I've got.
No, I don't compare myself with the elite players. Not yet.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to make things a bit harder for you.
I thought you might.
So if you can use less loft, you should.
Yep.
It's why the 54 will be a much better club to use for most of the shots you've got around the greens rather than the 58. But now we've got no choice.
Yep.
Okay. So just again, the biggest thing for you, I think, today is the sole of the club is engineered in a way so that it doesn't dig into the turf.
Yep.
Okay. It will dig into the turf if you close the face. It will dig into the turf if you play the ball too far back in your stance and get that going. Yeah. But your setup looks good. Just get your balance right, and just have that trust that the club's not going to get stuck.
Yeah. We're on.
How good was that? Hey?
That was really good.
That was fantastic.
It was literally last week I chipped into so many bunkers from almost this far out.
But that was it. That was kind of that's what trust in the soul of the club does. And it's just, all you need is a few good results. And think, okay, I get this now, I've got the feel for this now. And that will then elevate your confidence.
Absolutely.
How good's that? How good is that?
It's pretty cool.
3 in a row. How good is that?
That is amazing. That's great.
So
it feels very good.
You know, this is like this is an engineering lesson, not a golf lesson, right? You just, now you understand a bit more about what this design is designed to do and how it works. To be able to hit that shot off a really tight lie like that, it's good.
Well, because what happens is either I put it in the bunker, or I put it on the other side of the green. And maybe there's another bunker there, and it's all of a sudden it's 3 shots that are gone.
Yep. This loft is like your emergencies only club.
Yep.
Like, you've got no choice but to send it like that. Even in the greenside bunker, you could use the 54 degree if you need to. Like, both of these clubs you can use out of the sand, but there are only certain situations where you need maximum loft. And this is obviously one of those situations where, again, aiming for the middle of the green, you can see with a good contact, it's just going to come to rest pretty well.
So obviously, the higher the number is the bigger the loft.
The more angle it's got, So it's good. Like the shorter clubs in our sets, we write the loft on there.
Yep.
So you've got the pitching wedge, which has got 43,
43,
and then you've got your 48, which kind of sits in the middle of all that.
Yep.
If these are working, particularly with that shot off this very tight sandbelt turf, it's definitely going to work at Green Acres where the conditions are a bit softer, the grass is a little different.
Yep.
If it works on this tight stuff, it will work on the lusher, kind of softer surfaces as well. Do you want to try a few bunker shots?
Yeah, let's do that.
Do exactly the same as you just did from the turf there.
Yeah. Like so.
Exactly the same speed of swing.
So
exactly the same setup with the club.
Okay.
And we're just going to have that a touch more open. Okay.
And I'm still getting behind the ball with the sand, like, or hitting it exactly the same.
Just swing the club in exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Yep. With exactly the same speed. Great.
I got out.
See how you took more sand?
Yeah.
The 2 really good examples there. You were standing on the top of the sand there, and you clipped the ball nicely from the top of the sand, and it's still on the green.
Yeah.
But lowering your feet in, took a little bit more sand away. Swing was exactly the same. So, in a greenside bunker, you almost want to make a swing that's the same speed as when you were pitching from back there with the 54.
See, I would usually be getting a lot more behind and hitting a lot more sand. I felt like that was a pretty natural shot.
To take a lot of sand, or to do
No,
what you've
I
just
would
done?
usually do that. I would almost try to hit it from like there and bring the ball up from there. But I felt like that was actually just like a pretty natural golf shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be, again, as a player's skill level changes, you can get more, into, well, how do I create more loft? How do I hit certain shots? Again, the reality here for you is that if your next shot is with a putter, that's a great result, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So just do that. Like the average distance a greenside bunker shot needs to go is about 10 to 12 meters. So if you get really good at hitting 10 to 12 meter bunker shots from a greenside, you're either going to be near the pin or not far away from it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Is that in?
Almost. So softer sand. Let's try and go towards that back pin. Don't change anything. So still lower your feet in a little bit.
I opened it up, but maybe I shouldn't have opened it up.
No, but that was the worst that could have happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you hit like that far behind the ball.
Yeah.
But because you were using a sole that was a little bit better for the softer sand, and you had that speed, the ball came out.
Yep. And yeah,
So-
it's not an insignificant little rise here either.
No, but again, that's just goes to show you, like, there's so much loft or angle on that face, even though it's not your most lofted club, to get over a bank like that. The one thing you can't do in a bunker is close the face.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to cause the leading edge to dig in. If you open the face up a little bit, that's fine. And then again, a nice swing, as if you're hitting a 50 to 60 meter pitch shot.
Yeah.
But again, like,
Yeah.
that's the absolute worst contact you could make, and you're on the middle of the green.
Yeah.
The greenside bunker shot is the shot that's got the biggest margin for error,
Yeah.
because you can chunk it 2 inches behind the ball and still get it out. Or if you catch it a little bit too close to the ball, it will come out a bit hot, but with heaps of spin, so it will probably stop really quickly.
Yep.
I would develop one swing for greenside bunker shots, and you can use different loft depending on the distance you got to hit it.
Yep.
The firmness of the bunker kind of does come into it a little bit, depending on what sole design you're going to choose.
Yep. So the firmer sand, the higher the higher.
The firmer sand is going to be better with the 58,
Yep.
just because of the sole design.
Yep.
And then the softer sand, you're going to be better off sometimes with the 54.
Yep.
Yeah. But again, to be able to clip a very high lofted club off this tight turf 3 times in a row and get the ball to stay on the green is pretty good.
Did that many times too.
Yeah, that smile on your face after you hit those shots was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And there is a difference between doing it 3 or 4 times when there's no impact on my handicap. But when you're out on the course and you're playing in a corporate day or a pro-am and you're trying to, that's where you need to execute.
But I think you just focus on what's this for.
Yeah.
Like if you really dial in on what is the sole of the club helping me with, how do I need to position it to make that the most useful part of the club possible?
Yep.
And then you've just got to deliver the club with some speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing that a lot of
No, I
players will
de-accelerate all
just,
of it.
they'll just sort of hesitate or slow down or not commit, and that then leads to poor contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
And just, if you can keep the ball on the ground, keep it on the ground. Only play shots you're confident playing.
Yep.
And then as those skills develop, you'll just get more and more confident to go, you know what, I'm going to try that open face shot.
JL, thanks for making me good at golf.
You're welcome, anytime.